What's going on, folks? Today I'm going to be reviewing the game Deal or No Deal, the electronic banking game. This game came out from the Pressman Corporation in 2006, and it is for 1 to 4 players. Now, I'm sure many of you have either heard of or seen this game show Deal or No Deal. This is actually one of my favorite games to watch on television. The object of this game is you're trying to end up with the most amount of money by the end, and what's going to be happening is you're going to be selecting briefcases that are going to have amounts of money in them, and for each briefcase you select, that amount of money is going to be taken out, and then a banker throughout the game is going to be offering you money, and you can agree to take it or not. So let's show you Deal or No Deal electronic banker version. Woo-ha! Okay, everybody, let's go ahead and get started. First thing you do is turn this game on with the blue button, and then you'll see some of the words flash up. Now these parts here light up, so if you play this game in a darkened room, I'll just show you how it looks real quick here while this is turning on. There you go. Pretty cool. Anyway, what you're going to do is, let me just get out of this game here. You're going to select the amount of players that you want. You can choose between 1 and 4. So I'm going to go ahead and just do 1 here. And it'll tell you 1 player game. And then it'll just ask you some questions here. Let's get it on, or whatever. Now, the cool thing about this game is if you're playing with more than 1 player, this board actually rotates. So you can spin it to number 2, and then number 3, it'll rotate to him too, like so, all the way around. So that's a very cool feature. I really like that a lot. So anyway, the object of the game is you're going to be trying to end up with the most amount of money. And what's going to happen is you've got 26 briefcases over here. And in the very beginning, you're going to go ahead and pick one. Now, these briefcases each have an amount in them, and it can range from 1 cent all the way to $1 million. And what's going to happen is throughout each round, you're going to pick a certain amount of briefcases. And whichever briefcase you pick, the amount that's in there is going to be revealed, and then it's going to be taken off of the board. So you do not want to lose these big amounts over here. And after a round, the banker is going to basically average out the amounts that are left and offer it to you. Now, you can either take it or you can continue to go. So the game can actually get rather tense as it starts to move forward, because you may have 1 or 2 of these big amounts, and if you lose one of those, then you're going to lose a ton of money. But anyway, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select my briefcase. Let's say I choose number 9. It'll ask me if I want to do that. I'll go ahead and say, yes, I would like 9. And so then I'm going to go ahead and start. So it tells me I'm going to open 6 briefcases. So let's just say I choose, and I already lost $50,000, which is not too bad. I'm not losing these. So let's say I choose number 14, and now I've lost $200,000. Doing really well so far. Let's say I choose number 4. I just lost $1 million. Well, I'm not that good at this game. Anyway, I've got 3 left to pick, so let's say I pick number 1. Finally, I got a low amount, $200. Number 18, let's say that one. I've lost another $10,000, and I'll just choose number 26 here. Number 26. All right, I got $1. I went ahead and got rid of that one. So ultimately, you're trying to get rid of these low amounts and not any of these high ones. So anyway, it's got like some messages that'll scroll across the screen. Now you can choose to just skip past those. All you got to do is hit the check button. Now I've finished the first round, and the banker is going to go ahead and calculate and offer me an amount. So let's see what he offers me here. He's going to offer me $28,000. Now I can choose to take that deal and end my turn or the game or whatever, or I can say no deal. So let's say I say no deal, and I will go ahead and go on to round 2, and I'll open up 5 cases as opposed to 6. Now if this was a 2-player game, it would go ahead and go on to the next person, and he would go ahead and start his first round, and then it would go to 3 and then 4, etc. So this game can go by pretty fast. The check button will speed the game up whenever there's messages that pop up in here. So I'll do one more round here. Let's now I know in the TV show a lot of people pick numbers of significance. So my anniversary is on the 5th of May, and so is my birthday. So let's pick 5. And I just lost $750,000. Well, so much for that trick. All right, I'm going to just go ahead and pick a few more here. Let's do 26. Oh, I did 26. All right, 25. I lost $75. Let's say I do number 8. I got $5. And let's say number 21. I'm just randomly choosing at this point. Number 1. Oh, I got the penny. That's good. And then finally, let's say I do number 16. Okay, so I lost 100,000. All right, so now the banker is once again going to go ahead and make me an offer. I'll speed past this. Now, I still have these big amounts here. So the briefcase that I pick could have one of these big amounts. So it may be in my best interest to keep going. So that's what makes the game really interesting. Anyway, the banker is going to go ahead and make me another offer. Let's just see what he gives me here. Less than I got the last time, 21,000. All right, so let's just say I decide to accept the deal. And he'll go ahead and calculate the results, and he's going to tell me what much money my briefcase had. And the rule is, if the amount in my briefcase is higher than what he offered me, then I made a bad deal. So let's see. He says player one made a deal, dum-ba-da, and on it goes. Let's see if it'll pass through this. No. Tell me what I got. No, don't turn off. Well, anyway, let's just assume that my briefcase had $100,000 in it. That means I would have made a bad deal, because I could actually keep that case all the way throughout the end. So anyway, ultimately what's going to happen is everybody's going to go ahead and through this, and then whoever ends up with the most amount of money is going to win the game. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is electronic Deal or No Deal. So my final thoughts on the Deal or No Deal electronic banking version. Okay, well, as I said before, I really enjoyed the show a lot, and they did a really good job of making this show as intense as they possibly could, with the music and with the constant back and forth and everything like that. But really, this is not a hard game to play. I mean, really, you're just selecting briefcases, and it's completely by chance. On the show, you know, sometimes they'll actually pick a number because it's significant with something in that person's life, but again, it really is just chance. Now, how do I like this game? Well, this is a pretty cool version of the game. I really like the turntable in this game. Now, the electronics are pretty simple. There's really nothing fancy about the game. I do like that you can skip ahead from the text, because the text can move kind of slow on the screen. The only thing I wish they would have had like some background music while you were actually playing the game, as opposed to only when the banker is giving you a deal, so to speak. But you can just play it on an iPod or something like that if you really choose to. But the one thing about the TV show was the music just added so much intensity and tension. This game doesn't really have that so much. Buttons are pretty obvious. They make the game pretty easy to play. I like the light up screen that takes out the different money amounts as you're picking the briefcases and everything like that. This game does still have a little bit of attention to it, because if you're playing with somebody else, you want to take a chance, you not want to take a chance. That aspect is still there, but it's just lacking the music. Now, we used to own the board game version of this, and that game was very tedious. It would have like 26 cardboard cases in there, and you would have to put a card in each one of the cases, and the cards would constantly keep getting stuck in there. So just the setup of the game was crazy. And then they had some different rules as far as how to distribute the money, and then you had to calculate how much money the banker was going to offer you and stuff. So that game was rather tedious. This is much better, I think. I would recommend getting this version. Now, of course, if you have a smartphone, you can always find an app that has this game on there, and you can, of course, choose to do that. But if it's like my smartphone, it tends to get clogged up because of the ads, and I figured I would just get this because it's only $1. So would I recommend this? I would, but you know, of course, if you can get it for your smartphone and you can find a better version, then yeah, I would get that as well. But this is a tabletop version, an electronic version. I like the way it works with the turntable. So if you like Deal or No Deal, I would recommend this game. I would not spend too much on this, but it's a pretty cool little version. You can take it with you wherever you want to, and you don't have to worry about pop-up ads on your phone either. So guys, that's my review of Deal or No Deal electronic banker. Hope you all have a great day. Keep on gaming.